Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So continuing with the discussion of Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, sixth chapter, creation of the universal form, text number 26 onwards. Sattam chasya vinirbinnam mahandishnyam upavishat chitte nanshena yenaso vijnanam pratipadyate. Thereafter, when his consciousness separately manifested itself, the total energy, Mahatattva, entered with his conscious part. Thus, the living entity is able to conceive specific knowledge. So, previous verse, he said, thereafter, the materialistic ego of the gigantic form separately manifested itself, and into it entered Rudra, the controller of false ego, with his own partial activities, by which the living entity transacts his objective actions. So materialistic ego of the gigantic form separately manifested, and into it entered Rudra. Rudra controls the false ego part of our body. And now it comes the consciousness. So total energy, Mahatattva, entered with his conscious part. The conscious part is super soul. So he controls the consciousness. Shishnosya Dryodhara Padbhyam Kham Nabherutpadyat Gunanam Vrityo Yeshu Pratiyante Suradayaha. Thereafter, from the head of the gigantic form, the heavenly planets were manifested, and from his legs, the earthly planets, and from his abdomen, the skies separately manifested themselves. Within them, the demigods and the others also were manifested in terms of the modes of material nature. So from the head of the universal form, heavenly planets, from the legs, the lower planets and the earthly planets, and from his abdomen, the sky, and similarly demigods and other living beings manifested. Text 28. Atyantikena sattvena divam deva prapedire dhara raja svabhavena panyo yecha tananu. The demigods, qualified by the super excellent quality of the mode of goodness, are situated in the heavenly planets, whereas the human beings, because of their nature in the mode of passion, live on the earth in company with their subordinates. So demigods also appeared along with the heavenly planets, and they reside in the heavenly planets. Human beings, they reside on the earthly planet. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that those who are highly developed in the mode of goodness are promoted to the higher heavenly planetary systems, and those who are overpowered by the mode of passion are situated in the middle planetary systems, the Earth and similar planets. So middle planetary system, it's a whole planetary system, not just Earth. There are other planets also in the system. But those who are surcharged with the mode of ignorance are degraded to the lower planetary systems or to the animal kingdom. The demigods are highly developed in the mode of goodness, and thus they are situated in the heavenly planets. Below human beings are the animals, although some of them mingle with the human society, like cows, horses, dogs, etc., are habituated to live under the protection of human beings. So below human beings in the mode of ignorance are the animals or the lower planetary systems, like below earth are Atal, Vital, Talatal, Sutal, Patal, and Rasatal, so many other planets. But animals also consider in the mode of ignorance. But some of the animals, like Prabhupada saying, cows and horses and dogs, etc., they live under the protection of human beings. So they are a little bit on the higher scale of mode of ignorance. The word atyantikein is very significant in this verse. By development of the mode of goodness of material nature, one can become situated in the heavenly planets. But by excessive development of the modes of passion and ignorance, the human being indulges in killing the animals who are meant to be protected by mankind. Persons who indulge in unnecessary animal killing have excessively developed in the modes of passion and ignorance and have no hope of advancing to the mode of goodness. They are destined to be degraded to lower statuses of life. The planetary systems are calculated as upper and lower in terms of the classes of living entities who live there. So, so for animal killing, they're completely in ignorance and some passion is there. And Prabhupada is saying they're destined to be degraded to the lower statuses of life. And they have no hope of advancing to the mode of goodness. That's how sinful animal killing and animal and meat eating is. And this is what Prabhupada is mentioning. The only hope they have is mercy of a devotee. Krishna will not give his mercy. But devotees are more merciful than Krishna. Just like Prabhupada, when he came and he started the movement in America, and after America, he went all over the world and traveled and preached and saved so many conditioned souls. And they are saving many more conditioned souls now. So that is a different story. Even though they were animal killers and meat eaters, by mercy of Prabhupada, by coming in contact with Prabhupada, by following Prabhupada's instructions, they all became animal lovers, not just animal lovers. Like it was said there, from cow killers, they became cow worshippers. So much of transformation took place. Not just, I would say, they. What do you mean by they? I mean, I was also non-vegetarian. And just by mercy of Prabhupada, one of his followers, he preached to me. It was a long time back, 1996, 95, 96, something like that. And the same day I came home and just threw away everything, all the liquor and all the non-vegetarian food items. So Prabhupada has done miracles, and he is continuing to do so. He's continuing to. So, yes, Krishna will not give his mercy to these meat eaters, but a devotee is always ready. So that's why it is considered devotee is more powerful than Krishna. Of course, his power comes from Krishna, but he is more compassionate. And that's what makes him special in the heart of Krishna also. Text 29. Tartiyena swabhavena bhagvannabhimashritah ubhyorantaram vyoma ye rudra parshadam ganaha. Living entities who are associates of Rudra develop in the third mode of material nature or ignorance. They are situated in the sky between the earthly planets and the heavenly planets. So they are situated in the sky between the earthly planets and the heavenly planets, although they are in the mode of ignorance, but they are associates of Rudra. The middle portion of the sky is called Bhuvarloka, as confirmed by both Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Srila Jiva Goswami. In Bhagavad Gita, it is stated that those who develop in the mode of passion are situated in the middle region. Those who are situated in the mode of goodness are promoted to the regions of the demigods. Those who are situated in the mode of passion are placed in human society. And those who are situated in the mode of ignorance are placed in the society of animals, or ghosts. There are no contradictions in this conclusion. Numerous living entities are distributed all over the universe in different planets and are so situated in terms of their own qualities in the modes of material nature. So there are numerous, innumerable living entities scattered all over the universe. But those who are associates of Rudra or Shiva, although they are in the mode of ignorance, but they are situated in the sky between earthly planet and heavenly planets. So this story will come later on in third canto only. Uh, how Jaya Vijay fell down and how Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha were born. Text 30. Mukto avartat brahma purushasya kurudvaha yastun mukhad vad varnanam mukhyo abhut brahmano guruhu. O chief of the Kuru dynasty, the Vedic wisdom became manifested from the mouth of the Virat, the gigantic form. Those who are inclined to this Vedic knowledge are called Brahmins, and they are the natural teachers and spiritual masters of all the orders of society. So from the mouth now appear Brahmins. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, the four orders of human society developed with the order of the body of the gigantic form. The bodily divisions are the mouth, arms, waist, and legs. Those who are situated in the mouth are called Brahmins. Those who are situated on the arms are called Kshatriyas. Those who are situated on the waist are called Vaishyas, and those who are situated on the legs are called Shudras. Everyone is situated in the body of the Supreme in his gigantic Vishwarupa form. So this part was mentioned by Krishna also, either in Bhagavad Gita or in second canto of Bhagavatam. In terms of the four orders, therefore, no caste is to be considered degraded because of being situated on a particular part of the body. So it is our ignorance, actually, short-sightedness, that we consider, oh, Shudras are lower than me. I'm Brahman, or I'm a Kayastha, or I'm this or that. But they all have relationship with the Lord. They all are situated in the body of the Lord. So how can we make comparison, or how can we make distinction between leg is not as important as the hand of the Lord? From the Lord, everything is absolute. So we have to give proper respect to everybody. A Brahman is supposed to actually see the soul, not the body. Vidya Vinay Sampanne. If he has Vidya, he has to have humility. And then he can see properly the soul within the body of all the living entities, all the different bodies. But somehow, because of lack of knowledge, lack of application of proper knowledge, lack of disciplic succession, lack of distribution of knowledge. So this caste system came into being in India. It was always Sanatan Dharma or Varnashram Dharma, but the caste system came into being. Actually, one devotee told a nice story. He said, during the Mughal rule, when the Islamic rule on India, so they were basically killing and converting, and just like one of the kings, I think it was Aurangzeb, who used to eat his meal when he would have 1 kilogram of janeau shown to him, that so many Brahmins are converted into Muslims or they have been killed. Janeau doesn't weigh a whole lot. So 1 kilogram of janeau means lots of Brahmins. So because of that, the Brahmins, although they were supposed to travel or open Gurukul and give the right teaching of the scriptures, and when the kids would come to the Gurukul, not based on their birth, based on their guna and based on the activities that they like to do, the guru would decide, okay, this boy could be Brahman, this could be Kshatriya, this could be Vaishya, and this could be Shudra. And then they were trained accordingly. But when the Islamic rule was there, so Brahmins were getting killed, so whole Varnashram system was getting messed up. It was basically stopped. So what the Brahmins started doing, they had to give knowledge. So this is what their job is. So they started teaching to their own sons or in their family. They started teaching them the scriptures, whether they were qualified or not. So from there on, then it became that the son of a Brahman became a Brahman, and then the son of a Kshatriya became Kshatriya. Although whether they have the qualities of Kshatriya or Brahmanism or Vaishya or Vishudra or not, didn't matter. And then British came. British were definitely dead against the Gurukul system and the Indian Vedic knowledge, Vedic system. So they also messed up the whole thing. So result was what? British had one policy of divide and rule. So they were divided. They divided Muslims from Hindus, and Hindus they divided Brahmins and Shudras and Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. They did lots of divisions in the society. So end result was what? Shudras means one who is born in a Shudra family became a Shudra. And then the Brahmins, although they were not qualified Brahmins because they didn't have those qualifications of being a Brahman, the qualifications we will study in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita and in 7th canto of Bhagavatam also in details. So they started discriminating. And because they were supposed to have the knowledge, whatever knowledge of scriptures they had, everybody kept them in high esteem, high pedestal, on high pedestal. And they of course, they loved the facilities they were given to them. The Brahmins were supposed to live very simply, but they didn't, because they were not qualified Brahmins. I'm not saying all of them were not, but most of them were not. So they were not qualified Brahmins. So they loved the facilities and they started discriminating and they were putting Shudras out of temples. It was never that they cannot enter the temple. Where it is written? Shudras means one who serves the other three orders of the society, like Brahman, Vaishya, and Kshatriyas. If they can serve, means they have to enter the temple, they have to enter the homes, they have to cook for the Brahmins, cook for the Kshatriyas. If they are so untouchable, how can anybody eat the foodstuffs prepared by them? They have to go and massage. They have to go clean the clothes, clean the houses, take care of the animals like cows and horses. So if they're so untouchable, and if they're taking care of cows, means they're going to take out the milk of the cows and feed the same Brahmins. So this was all messed up system, caste system. Although the same Brahmins, they were getting served by these Shudras, but then they said, no, these Shudras are untouchables and they cannot enter the temples. And that's when so many social reformatory movements started. Mahatma Gandhi also gave them name Harijan, and then and the other movements started. Raja Ram Mohan Rai started something. Annie Besant, she also came into picture. And then this is how Arya Samaj came into picture. Dayanand, Swami Dayanand Saraswati, he started that Arya Samaj. So it became a hodgepodge, complete hodgepodge of Vedic system, Sanatan Dharma, which was supposed to be the highest knowledge. It came down to the point of like nobody believed in it anymore. We were told we were taught that our scriptures are mythology by British, especially that Lord Macaulay, who I call him Lord Macaulay. Uh, and we were ridiculed for the basic teachings of the scriptures, ridiculed for 33 crore demigods. They say, how is it possible? It is possible. Why not? It's a huge universe. There's so many departments to take care of. There are so many parts in our body, and every part is controlled by one demigod or the other. Why can't we have 33 crore demigod? Because the number, the Christianity and Islam, the number didn't uh, jive with their teachings, so they just ridiculed Vedic scriptures. And then those who were being trained and being taught in the English system, when British were there, they completely ridiculed uh, the Vedic knowledge, the scriptures. They just didn't have anything to do with it. They said we were better off looking like British or Christians. It was only until when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came 500 years ago, him and then 6 Goswamis, they revived Gaudiya Vaishnavism. And through Gaudiya Vaishnavism, let me take it back. Well, before that, Ramanujacharya, Nimbarkacharya, Madhvacharya, Shankaracharya also, they came, they revived. And at the same time, Muslim rules were going on. And then Mahaprabhu came, then 6 Goswamis came, then their followers came. Their followers, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Baldev Vidyabhushan, Narottam Das Thakur, so many followers. But even after Baldev Vidyabhushan, there was a big gap. Huge gap because the teachings were again lost. And then came Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who revived it, who worked very hard to revive Gaudiya Vaishnavism. And then he prayed to Krishna, he prayed to Jagannath that I cannot do this work on my own. Please send me a ray, your ray, with a person with your potency. And then came Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur as son of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And he really revived the knowledge, the teachings of scriptures. And then, of course, he established 64 Gaudiya Math all over India. And just imagine during British time, British rule was there. That time he was establishing everything. He worked very, very, very hard. But still the work wasn't completed because teachings were not given to the Western world. And then came Srila Prabhupada. And he took the order of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He came to America and he established this system all over the world. And he gave the right knowledge, what was supposed to be given by the Brahmins many, many centuries ago. And the whole knowledge was completely missing. And now look at Prabhupada's books. People are still getting transformed by reading his books, by following his teachings all over the world. There's a complete transformation of people's viewpoint by reading Prabhupada's books, the viewpoint of Vaishnavism or the Vedic scriptures, or the teachings of the Vedic scriptures. So it all came from actually every part of the body of the Lord is worshipable. We should respect it. And just like of our body, can we say legs are less important than the head? Okay, let's cut off your legs and then see how much the head will work. So every part is important. Shudras are important. Even less than Shudras are important. This is what Krishna's creation is. So we cannot say it's not important. It's something that is against the basic principle of human life. That is different story. But it is there. It's created by Krishna. So Prabhupada further says, each and every part of the body is important, although the mouth is the most important of the bodily parts. If other parts are cut off from the body, a man can continue his life. But if the mouth is cut off, one cannot live. But still, if the legs are cut off, how long he is going to live? Therefore, this most important part of the body of the Lord is called the sitting place of the Brahmins, who are inclined to the Vedic wisdom. But then again, Brahmins are not by birth, by qualities and by the work they do, guna and karma. One who is not inclined to the Vedic wisdom but to mundane affairs cannot be called a Brahman, even if he is born by a Brahman family or father. To have a Brahman father does not qualify one as a Brahman. The main qualification of a Brahman is to be inclined to the Vedic wisdom. The Vedas are situated on the mouth of the Lord, and therefore anyone who is inclined to the Vedic wisdom is certainly situated on the mouth of the Lord, and he is a Brahman. This inclination towards Vedic wisdom is also not restricted to any particular caste or community. Anyone from any family and from any part of the world may become inclined to the Vedic wisdom, and that will qualify him as a real Brahman. A real Brahman is a natural teacher or spiritual master. Unless one has Vedic knowledge, one cannot become a spiritual master. The perfect knowledge of the Vedas is to know the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that is the end of Vedic knowledge or Vedanta. One is situated in the impersonal Brahman, has no information of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, may become a Brahman, but he cannot become a spiritual master. So Prabhupada says, a person may be a Brahman or a Shudra or a sannyasi, but if he happens to be well versed in the science of Krishna, then he is fit to become a spiritual master. The qualification then of a spiritual master is not to be qualified Brahman, but to be well versed in the science of Krishna. So spiritual master is a Vaishnava actually. One who knows the science of Krishna is a Vaishnava. Whether he was a Shudra or a Brahman before he got trained into the science of Krishna, doesn't matter. So now a Vaishnava is the one who can become a guru because he knows the science of Krishna. One who is conversant with the Vedic wisdom is a Brahman, and only a Brahman who is a pure Vaishnava and knows all the intricacies of the science of Krishna can become a spiritual master. So we'll stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments. Looks like it became a little heavy today.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the beautiful class.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have a question not relating to the subject that we have discussed. Can you please advise, because I'm a little confused, should I keep God Nitai deities at home, or should I keep Jagannath ji at home? Because day before yesterday I had a word with Pratibha Mataji, and they have put the deity of Patita Pavan Jagannath at their home. So Mataji was telling me about that. So I don't have any idea about that. I didn't had any idea before she said me. So can you please guide Prabhuji?
Well, Jagannath ji is Patit Pavan and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also Patit Pavan. But what Prabhupada instructed his followers that because we are so fallen and we cannot really follow all the rules and regulations properly. If somebody can, he can. I'm not saying it's a general statement because it's not possible. So he said, keep Gaur Nitai, because in the service of Gaur Nitai there is no offense committed. They don't take any offense. But at the same time, Jagannath Ji as Patit Pawan has come to their home from Jagannath Puri, and he's also very merciful. And also what happens is if you have Gaur Nitai at home, most people in North India, they still don't know about Gaur Nitai. So if you worship them, they will get confused. Who is this? Who are they? Jagannath Ji, they still know that, okay, he's from Jagannath Puri, Rath Yatra, they have seen. So, but Gaur Nitai, they don't know. So if you, so then it's up to you how you want to proceed.
So can we just,
Hard
I
to
mean,
say.
kind of, I mean, like I have a laddu gopal at my home, so जिनका मैं सेवा करती हूँ, but then प्रभु जी, is it important to do some प्राण प्रतिष्ठा जैसे टेम्पल में होता है? मतलब ऐसा कुछ
None.
we have to?
No, because you cannot follow all the
Yes,
rules of
प्रभु
the
जी, I was
temple.
considering that because I travel, तो मतलब मुझे पता है मेरे drawbacks क्या हैं, so that is why I'm asking प्रभु जी.
No need to. And moreover, informal pran pratishtha is done by your service anyway. If pran pratishtha is what you're invoking the Lord to come in that murti, in that vigra. If you're serving, Lord is already there. It's just informal. It's not formal.
Thank you, प्रभु जी.
You will.
So much, Mataji, for this question. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mata.
Thank you for the class. Thank you so much.
Chalo. Hare Krishna. Jai Shila Prabhupada.
Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Krishna. Jai